Tell me when you're ready. Thank you for your purchase at the Hot Tub and Swim Spa sale. When you go to fill your hot tub, you're going to fill it through the filter well. Take the garden hose and loop it down through the handle, and then you're going to put it in where the filter goes. So to remove the filter well, you're going to take the skimmer door up. There's a basket inside of there, and then inside of there, there's a filter. They're either going to be blue or gray filters, and there's two different styles of filter. So this one is a solid blue filter, top and bottom. Either this one or that one's going to have an orange cartridge handle, so it's going to be an orange handle instead of a blue one. That orange handle is going to twist and pull out. There's a cartridge that goes inside of it. That's called an EcoPure. It's got copper and zinc right in it, so it's going to help fight bacteria for you to make it easier to use less chemicals on the spa and keep it easier for you to clean and maintain. Okay. So take that garden hose, loop it through the handle, and then put it through here. If you don't loop it through the handle, the garden hose flops out, flood your neighbor's yard. You come back an hour later and it's still empty. So just do it that way. Most of the water is going to go down the hole. Some of it's going to come back out and filter or like cascade out the front. Some will come up, some of the jets there and some of the jets over here. What that does, it forces all the air up out of the spa so you don't get an airlock in the pump, which is basically a bubble that gets stuck in the pump so it won't let it push water. If you fill it through here, that kind of alleviates that. The blue filters, this blue one, and then the one that's got that cartridge, the outer blue part is going to last roughly 2 years. The orange handle, the cartridge on the inside, is going to last roughly 6 to 8 months. You throw it away, get a new one to put it in there. Take a Sharpie and write the dates on all your filters, so that way you remember when you put them in, which makes it easier to remember when you need to change them. Once it's full, then just take the filter and give it a quick spin. It doesn't have to be cranked down, it's just got to plug the hole so the water has to go through the filter. Then you go and put the basket back in. It sits in a track. You shouldn't be able to lift it up. If you lift it up, you miss the track, so just start over and do it again. Otherwise, the skimmer lid won't fit. Okay. When you know the water level is full, it's going to be above the bottom and below the top. So you only have to take out one of these filters when you fill it. So you can just watch. You want the water to be above the bottom and below the top. So somewhere in between here when it's full of water with no people in it. That generally equates to where these LED lights are around the sides. Or as another point of reference, right here there's this little crease underneath these jets. These 4 jets are designed to be out of the water. So your water level then should be right about here. All the jets in the hot tub are individually adjustable, so you can rotate them from side to side or turn them on and turn them off. You can also interchange them, so you can just overturn it a little bit and pop it out, because there's different styles of jets. Like this is a dual spinning jet. There's some straight jets, some tornado jets, and you can do that while it's full of water. When the pumps are running, if all the jets in the one seat are working but one, it's just because it's turned off. So you just got to rotate the jet itself. Okay, there's a few different valves on the top I want to talk about. The first two are the 2 largest valves. One's by your right elbow, and then one's over here on this end, this large valve there. Okay, those are diverter valves. That diverts water from one side of the hot tub to the other. So if you want all your pressure to be down in the swim jets, you turn both those valves, and it's going to push all your water pressure down there. Okay. If you want all the pressure to be in the seats and the stand up and down chair, you turn them the other way and all the pressure will be down here. You can also put it anywhere in between. So you want half down there and half down here, you can do that just by rotating those. So there's 2 pumps in this spa, and each one of the pumps runs off of 1 valve. So that's like pump 1, that one's pump 2. And then that valve is going to run either the top 2 or the bottom 2 jets on your swim end, and the other valve will run the other 2 jets. Okay. Obviously the pumps have to be on in order for that to work. Otherwise you can just spin them and you're like, nothing's happening. Well, it's because the pump's not on. The water has to go into that diverter, and then you tell it to go this way or that way. Okay. There's 3 small valves, and these are air controls. There's 2 air controls right here, and then there's one off your right elbow again next to that diverter valve, that small valve there. Yep. Those put an air and water mixture into the jet stream to make it bubblier or more effervescent. Try to get in the habit of shutting these off when you're done using it. It says on and off right on there. Try to get in the habit of shutting them off when you're done using them. What it does in the winter, the hot tub is going to turn on and turn off by itself throughout the day, whether you're in it or not. And that's to test the temperature of the water, do your filtering to keep it clean, things like that. So if these are left open, it's going to take the warm air from inside the cavity first and blow it into the spa. But once that warm air is gone, it draws cold air from outside to blow into the spa to give it the bubbliness. If you don't shut them off, it's going to be taking that cold air and blowing it into the spa, which will slowly cool your temperature down. You're not going to feel that it's getting colder, but it'll slowly cool it down. Then you have to pay to heat it back up. Then it cools it down, then it heats it up. So you're doing this for nothing. Try to get in the habit of just shutting those off when you're done using them. The last valve is a medium-sized valve, which is right over here. That's your water feature valve. Okay, so that's going to run this waterfall right here, and then also these fountain jets that are on the side. There's 2 on this side and 2 on your side. that valve can be used to calm down the waterfall, the medium one. Yep. Your exercise equipment is inside the spa, and I'll go over that in a second. But that exercise equipment clicks in here and here on both sides. So when those bands are together, you're gonna sit here to do your exercising with the row bars. This waterfall can shoot out and hit you in the back of the neck. So you can just turn that valve down so that it cascades down lower, so it's not bothering you and splashing in the back of your neck when you're sitting there to do your rowing stuff. Generally, my general rule of thumb is close the 3 small ones, leave the 3 big ones somewhere in the middle. You want these running, you want the jets down there running, you want the jets down here running so that all the water is circulating, filtering, and staying clean and warm. If you turn it all one way, so all the pressure is going down there, that means you have a whole section of the hot tub plumbing that's not being filtered and not staying warm, okay? So just leave the 3 big ones somewhere in the middle and the 3 small ones off, okay? Windex and a rag to clean the shell. Nothing more abrasive than a magic eraser. No Scotch-Brites or Brillo pads or anything like that. If you wouldn't use it on your vehicle, don't use it on the hot tub to clean it, okay? And then if you come around to this side, watch your step there. The electrician basically needs to get into this side. On the shallow models like this one, you have to take off this whole skirt, comes off as one piece. On a deep model, there's a black strip here. You only have to take off from the black strip down. On this model, you take off the whole skirt. Your electrical components are going to be right here in the middle to be able to wire it. With your setup, what I would have them do is bring the electrical in through the side. You don't want the electrical to come into the main panel, because then if you move the panel, you have a conduit stuck in it and you have to move the conduit and the panel at the same time. If they come in from the side, you really never have to get at that side. So then you can take the panel off, because this is where all your plumbing and equipment and the brain of the hot tub, everything is on this side. So you want to be able to have easy access to get in there. The second thing you want to look for when your electrician is here is right down here is going to be your exercise equipment. It sits in a box that's about 6 by 9, but it's 3 feet long. So they say to take this panel off to get at it. You don't have to do that. When you take this panel off, you'll see the box is going to be tucked in there. It starts back a foot or two, but all you got to do is cut the zip tie and pull the whole box out. If for some reason it's too congested in there and you can't get the whole box out, just cut a hole in the end of the box and pull out your exercise equipment. That's just the stuff that they ship in there for your exercise equipment, so it doesn't get lost. So that's just found inside. So there's 2 things you want to pull out. You want to get the exercise equipment, and then right here where the brain is going to be an owner's manual packet, which may or may not have an owner's manual in it because they're switching to a lot of digital stuff. So, but they'll usually have extra screws in there and a water care guide and some other stuff for the owner. So those 2 things are what you want to pull out. When you go to put the skirt back in, the skirt is cut just to fit about 1/4 of an inch on each side of this black strip, okay? So it just fits in there. And it's a channel like this. So you're gonna take the skirt and stick one side of the skirt in, okay? And then you're gonna bow it out in the middle and stick the other side of the skirt in. When you take the bow out, it gets longer, slide it up until it gets flush down here at the bottom, and then simply just screw it back in, okay? Any questions right off? I know I went over a lot of stuff, but the video is nice, just then you can go back and kind of watch it to see, what did that do? What did that do? And then we also have a scan sheet for you, which will tell you a lot of that stuff too. So, that's it.